Jodie Archer, The Bestseller Code, Anatomy of a Blockbuster Novel. Delve into the realm of best-selling novels with The Bestseller Code, Anatomy of a Blockbuster Novel by Jodie Archer. This captivating book breakdown offers an in-depth exploration into what makes a bestseller by uncovering the patterns and characteristics that these novels share. Learn about a computer algorithm called the Bestseller-ometer that can accurately predict a book's chances of landing on the New York Times bestseller list, and discover insights on various factors such as topics, emotional arcs, writing style, and title trends that contribute to a book's success. Brace yourself for a fascinating journey into the core of popular literature, unveiling the secrets behind the blockbuster status of your favorite reads.
Bestsellers versus critics. Best-selling books do not always live up to the standards of literary critics. The first list of best-selling books was published in 1891 by The Bookman, a London literary magazine. Since then, the bestseller list has been filled with poorly written books such as E. L. James's 50 Shades of Grey, Dan Brown's The Da Vinci Code, and Stieg Larsson's Girl Trilogy. Despite critical assaults pointing out their jumbled plots, limp characters, and boring endings, these books have dominated the bestseller list. This list is hard to predict, since less than 0.5% of published fiction books make it to the New York Times bestseller list each year. Nonetheless, there are similarities amongst the bestsellers that continue to attract readers. The Secret Science of Bestsellers. The book sheds light on a scientific method of predicting bestsellers. The authors studied the components of best-selling novels for 5 years and found remarkable patterns. They developed a computer algorithm called the Bestseller-ometer, which proved to be highly accurate in predicting 80 to 90% of books that ended up on the New York Times bestsellers list. The authors fed previously published bestsellers into the computer anonymously, and the algorithm accurately predicted their success. The algorithm could be a huge asset to the publishing industry as it can predict future hits and identify talented writers that may have been rejected previously. Predicting bestsellers. In this book, topics, not genres, determine the success of a novel. The algorithm analyzes every word of the book to determine its context through a process called topic modeling. The algorithm breaks down Jodie Picoult's house rules and determines that the most successful topic for a book is crime, while sex is an unsuccessful topic. The more nouns that reference crime in a book, the greater its chance of success. The combined presence of dominant topics such as crime and relationships is much more important than the book's genre, proving that topics matter more in predicting bestsellers. Emotional arcs and bestsellers. Why books that deliver emotional roller coasters are more likely to succeed, according to an algorithm that measures the ups and downs of their stories, as exemplified by 50 Shades of Grey and the Da Vinci Code. Why do some books become bestsellers despite negative reviews and other factors that suggest they should fail? According to an algorithm developed by literary agent Andrew Wiley, the key lies in what readers really want, an exciting emotional roller coaster. When Wiley applied his algorithm to 50 Shades of Grey, a book about kinky sex that was widely panned by critics, he found that it had a 90% chance of success based on its ability to deliver big emotions. Interestingly, the algorithm did not consider the quality of the prose or the level of conflict in the story, but rather the emotional arc of the novel, the pattern of emotional highs and lows that mimics the experience of a roller coaster. The more ups and downs a story has, the more likely it is to succeed, as demonstrated by 50 Shades of Grey and Dan Brown's The Da Vinci Code, the only other novel that achieved the same rhythmic pattern of emotional beats. But what exactly is it that readers crave when they buy a book? According to Wiley, it's an intimate human relationship with little conflict, not necessarily kinky sex or high-stakes action. 50 Shades of Grey, for example, is not primarily about sex, but about a romantic relationship that is emotionally charged yet fairly uncomplicated. In short, the success of a book depends not on its literary merits or its genre, but on its ability to take readers on a thrilling emotional ride. With Wiley's algorithm, publishers and authors can now chart the emotional beats of a story and predict its potential popularity, at least to some extent. In the end, it seems that the most successful books are those that make readers feel something powerful and memorable. The Science of Bestsellers. Crafting a successful writing style requires more than clever phrasing. Measured by syntax, sentence length, and word choice, bestsellers depend on simple and common phrasing. In comparing book characteristics, algorithms help writers achieve a winning style for a smoother reading experience. The stylistic advantage of female authors. When a book style is the only consideration, female authors rank higher than male authors in algorithms. This phenomenon doesn't occur when plot and theme are analyzed. Debut books written by women are also more likely to succeed. However, algorithms sometimes struggle to predict whether a writer is male or female. The algorithm's ability to recognize gender and cultural signals affects its predictions. Male authors tend to use a more sophisticated literary style, while female authors may have a stylistic advantage due to their backgrounds in journalism. The blunt and simple writing style taught in journalism may be key to writing bestsellers. The power of character. Characters with strong and descriptive names and actions are more likely to become the protagonists of best-selling novels. What makes a book a bestseller? The answer lies in the name of the character. The inclusion of the character's name in the title boosts the book's sales, as it happens with Gone Girl, The Girl on the Train, and The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. However, that does not necessarily mean that naming the book after the character is a trend, as the title must describe the character in a few simple words using the instead of a. Thus, the title "The Client" sounds way more empowering than a client. It is not enough to name the character in the title, but the name must be descriptive and intriguing. The algorithm that identifies the bestsellers knows the difference between a stereotypical description and an interesting one. For example, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo became a bestseller because of its compelling character. On the other hand, the title A Girl to Come Home To is not descriptive enough and did not perform well. The power of the character lies in the action. The more a character needs something, the more action the story has. The verb need is the most popular verb in a bestseller, as it moves the plot forward. Furthermore, the number of certain words that act as signals or references to the character, Lisbeth, Salander, her, she, and so on, also measures the strength of the character. In summary, the name of the character in the title plays a crucial role in the book's sales. The character must have a descriptive and intriguing name, use signals or references relating to the character, and have verbs related to strong actions. Thus, authors must ensure that their characters are well developed, having the power to captivate the reader and make the book a bestseller. The Bestseller-ometer. The algorithm is a powerful tool for predicting a book's success and can be an effective way to back up recommendations to skeptics. It's not just useful for big-name authors, first-time writers can benefit from it too. While critics may not always agree, the algorithm takes into account factors like strong first sentences, appealing titles, and central topics to accurately predict which books will become bestsellers. Aspiring authors can use the insights gained from the algorithm to hone their writing style and increase their chances of success. With the Bestseller-ometer, anyone can make data-driven decisions when it comes to choosing books or pursuing a writing career.
In conclusion, the Bestseller Code unravels the mysteries behind what makes a book a bestseller by shedding light on the patterns observed across various successful novels. The Bestseller-ometer algorithm stands as a monumental breakthrough that can predict the success of a book with remarkable accuracy, taking into consideration factors such as the novel's topics, emotional arcs, writing style, and title conventions. Jodie Archer's compelling insights hold great potential for aspiring authors, publishers, and readers alike who strive to understand the success formula of their beloved books. This book summary provides an enlightening and instructive understanding of the intricate anatomy of a blockbuster novel.